Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1972 Seattle Pilots What If Scenario. Today's matchup is between the Seattle Pilots and the California Angels at Anaheim Stadium. On the mound for the Pilots today is Locke, whose record is 0-1 with a 5.63 ERA. And pitching for the Angels is Andy Messersmith, whose record is 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA. Okay, the losing streak continues. We're up to 7 games in a row now, as we are on the verge of getting swept by the Angels. We have our left-hander Ron Locke on the mound, who's better suited to be a reliever than he is a starter, and we're going against the Angels ace. So not a lot of things in our favor today. I think I made a note at the end of yesterday's game on how our starting pitchers are walking more than we're striking out. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. But what we got to do here is we got to put some eyes to this. So look at this. Here's Dave Boswell, 11 walks, 8 strikeouts. We'll take a look at that's our ace, by the way. Our number 2 starting pitcher, Dick Ruthven, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts. Our number 3 starting pitcher, Dennis Leonard, 8 walks, 3 strikeouts. Not a strikeout pitcher anyway, but Ron Locke, starting today, 7 walks, 5 strikeouts. Jim Hughes, our 5th starter, he'll get his first start tomorrow. He's got 8 walks and 5 strikeouts. Then we go to Wayne Granger. Okay, our closer, who is somewhat decent and maybe a tradable asset later on. He's 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Great. And Denny Riddleberger, who we're going to do a deep dive on today. He has not walked anybody in 4 innings. That's something. Ray Peters, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts. Sid Mungie, 4-4. And then things get bad. Bill Edgerton, 11 walks, 0 strikeouts. And Earl Stevenson, 8 walks, 2 strikeouts. All right, and then we have our minor league folks. So we have absolutely walked more than we struck out as a pitching staff this year, and that makes it very challenging to win ball games. Let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Hey, look, we're bad. We're batting .238 as a team. We have an ERA pushing 7. I think we just have to find a way to enjoy the pain. And I don't know. I guess I'm just going to loosen up and not worry about. I think my challenge should be to myself. How can we make the players that we have good? Utilizing the talent that we do have to, accumulate stats that are not totally embarrassing. So we'll see how that goes today with Ron Locke on the mound. Everybody in the bullpen is available. Andy Messersmith, right-hander. We'll do a deep dive on him as well. And here's our lineup versus Messersmith. Manny Sanguillen back in there after day off yesterday. And we'll take a look at the official lineup rundown. For the Seattle Pilots, batting leadoff in center field is Scott Northey. Batting second. At third base is Rich Rollins. Batting third in right field is Dave Parker. Batting cleanup at first base is ROE SKIDMORE. Batting fifth in left field is Jose CRUZ. Batting sixth and catching is Manny Sanguillen. Batting seventh at second base is Tito FUENTES. Batting eighth at shortstop is Rick AUERBACH. And batting ninth will be the pitcher Ron Locke. Let's take a look at Andy Messersmith, and then we'll go to his baseball reference page. I mean, back-to-back seasons, starting 37 games in our sim. I mean, that's pretty good. Doesn't seem to be able to put the wins together, though, despite having a great ERA. This year, he's 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA with 9 strikeouts in 20 innings pitched. And opponents are batting .273 against him. If you look at his opponent's batting average over the seasons, Just on a slight incline, and then a big jump this season. So you know he's going to pitch a shutout today. He's got one complete game this year. Fastball topping out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 46.7%. He's got one truly excellent pitch, that is the curveball, rated at 94, and a above average changeup, rated at 86. His fastball is right below league average, overall rated a 92. The 26-year-old right-hander is a free agent next year. Let's go to his baseball reference page. Now, we've done a deep dive on him before, many times, I think, over the years. But we'll take a look at his baseball reference. He has a 4-time All-Star and a 2-time Gold Glove winner. Drafted by the Tigers, but in the June amateur draft, and by the Angels in the secondary draft. So the Tigers, interesting. I guess he just did not sign. University of Cal Berkeley, I've been on that campus while I lived there for a year, I guess. Let's see. Nicknames are Bluto or Channel. Interesting. Scroll on down to his stats. We'll take a look here. Look, was a 20-game winner, leading the American League of Wins. I'm sorry, the National League of Wins in 1974 with 20. He also won 20 in 1971. In 75, he made 40 starts, 19 complete games, and 7 shutouts. 321 and 2/3 innings, and guess what? He was terrible, as he suffered tons of injuries after pitching 321 and 2/3 innings. Who would have thought? In 1974, he gave up 24 home runs, which was the National League lead for home runs. Most batters faced in 1975, and the least amount of hits per 9. That's pretty solid. You see his 4 All-Star years, including 3 in a row for the Dodgers. Almost won the Cy Young Award the year he won 20, finished second. And you'll see his Gold Gloves were back-to-back as well, 74 and 75. Let's scroll down and see if the internet will cooperate with us here as we look at his transactions. Okay. So, yeah, did not sign with the Tigers. Man, imagine that. Having Andy Messersmith available. That would have been amazing. So, yeah, signed in the first-round draft pick by the Angels in 66. And then in 72, they traded him with Ken McMullen to the Dodgers for Billy Grabarkowitz, Frank Robinson, Bill Singer, Mike Strawler, and Bobby Valentine. Wow, that is how much people loved Andy Messersmith. Like the Frank Robinson? I gotta click on that. Because there's only one Frank Robinson, right? I clicked, but yeah, okay, it is the Frank Robinson, who's got a lot more going for him. Interesting. So, there you have it. There's Andy Messersmith. We've covered him quite a bit. I think he was the first player, if I recall, in our history, baseball history, to hold out for free agency, and that's what started the whole free agent period. Okay. Nonetheless, we have Andy Messersmith, and then the defense for the the California Angels. They do have 2 new players in the game today. Mickey Rivers will be in center field, great defensively, and Bill VOSS will be in right, also a 91 rating. I'm guessing because that's we have a lefty on the mound. I also want to point out Jim Fuller in the cleanup spot. He shares time with Doug Howard, batting .059. I promise you, he will hit a home run today. You don't put a backup in the cleanup role against a lefty, regardless of his batting average. He's still going to go deep today. All right, Scott Northey leading it off versus Andy Messersmith. And he pounds it into the dirt, 50-50 error. Oh, he's going to be out. 1 down. Next man up is Rich Rollins. Low and inside, but he's going to swing at it anyway. Pop it up to third. 2 down. And then Dave, Parker 2-2. And, oh, almost got through. Past the shortstop, but no dice. As Marty PEREZ makes the play. A 1-2-3 first. We go to the bottom half. Let's take a look at this Angels lineup today. Batting leadoff in center field is Mickey Rivers. Batting second in right field is Bill VOSS. Batting third at second base is Winston Yanis. Batting cleanup at first base is Jim Fuller, the rookie. Batting fifth and catching is Randy Brown. Batting sixth at third base is Kurt BEVACQUA. Batting seventh at shortstop is Marty PEREZ. Batting eighth in left field is Ethan BLACKABY. And batting ninth will be the pitcher, Andy Messersmith. Okay, Ron Locke, making his third start of the season, 0-1, 5.63 ERA. We know the walk and the strikeouts in 8 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .226 against him. That's solid, actually. Not much of a fastball, and yet it is his best pitch, rated an 80. Ground ball percentage is 47.3%. Overall rated as 75. The 30-year-old left-hander is a free agent at the end of the year. Nope, we don't need to take a look at his log. What we will do is take a look at the defense here. We got all the regular guys back in there, including SANGUILLEN behind home plate. Okay, Mickey Rivers leading it off. I think he's guaranteed to get on, right? He has to. Lefty on lefty? Yeah. I mean, it had to happen because he's got a lot of speed. He hasn't played much. And it's a left-handed batter batting versus a left-hander. That's an automatic base hit. He will be stealing second. We know that. Ground ball to short. Was it a hit and run? Nope, it was not a hit and run. As he's out at second base. VOSS at first on the fielder's choice. Next man up is Winston Yanis with a ground ball to third. Can we go around the horn? No. Only play was to go to first. Now, I've lost the sound feed in my headset. I don't know if it's being recorded or not. It's actually coming out of the speakers, and I don't know why that is. But I'm just letting you know. 2-2 to Fuller, and he gets struck out by Locke. That's amazing. Nobody walked. We go to the top of the second inning, and ROE SKIDMORE will lead it off. He's batting .222 with a home run. Somebody's got to play first. Striking out, looking. The only other option that we have at first base would be Van Kelly, who's rated a 68. There's Jose Cruz with a base at the left field. Try to get him kick-started. Average up to 143. We're going to hit and run with SANGUILLEN. We dropped him down in the lineup. I'm going to try to get some of these bats going and maybe less stressful situations. He flies out. 2 down. And Tito Fuentes. Look at it. Oh, it's going to be cut off by the shortstop. Who's your shortstop? Marty PEREZ. What's his range? It's a 91. That's why he's getting all those. Good job by him. Okay, at least we got a hit. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Here's Randy Brown. You probably saw the title card. This guy's got 7 extra base hits so far, and 3 of them are triples as a catcher. Kurt BEVACQUA striking out. Ron Locke looking okay so far. 1 down. 2-2 count. He's getting ahead in the counts. That is key for any starting pitcher. And BEVACQUA pops up to the catcher. Here's Marty PEREZ. We'd love a 1-2-3 inning. Did I just jinx it? 1-0. And a base hit. No, it's going to be a line drive to right and caught for out number 3. Top of the third, Rick AUERBACH. Batting only 200. Ground ball to second. There's 1 out. Ron Locke, 1 for 2. All pitchers get hits. Full count. Popping it up. And an error. Jim Fuller drops the ball. You know, I guess he is rated a 70. At least that makes some sense. Now Locke is going to run the bag. Let's see how he does here. 2-2. NORTHEY flies out to left center field. Locke goes back to first. 2 down for Rich Rollins. He struggles mightily against Messersmith. He's 2 for 19 with a walk and 3 strikeouts. 1-0. And he pops it up. Well, we won't be no hit today. We go to the bottom of the third. Ethan Blackaby, the GM, we call him. Freddie likes to call him the Blackberry. Ron Locke striking out Blackaby. Let's see if we can get a strikeout on Messersmith. That'd be amazing. Nope, 0-1. Base hit. Oh, line drive to first. For out number 2. And we are back to Mickey Rivers, who got on but did not steal. That's weird. Another lefty at bat. And a comebacker to Locke. Locke is locked in right now. We go to the top of the 4th. No score. That's almost like a win. Dave Parker lines it to second. We've had, this is game 12. We have 6 team home runs, and one of them was Boca Bella yesterday. His first home run in 6 years in the majors. At least it was something. Jose CRUZ walks. We got to try to steal second base. We got to get something going. It's only 67%. Good arm by Brown, and he does steal second base. Okay. First stolen base of the year. 1 for 2. Last year he had 18. He has never been good percentage-wise stealing bags. I don't remember seeing when we did the deep dive on him whether he was a good base stealer in real life. Let's see if Manny Sanguillen can come through in the clutch. Popping it up. That's not going to get past the shortstop. The second baseman in this case. Okay, we go to the bottom of the 4th. Bill VOSS. There's a 1972 card for him, so he was still around. I do remember him having a different card last year. Okay. VOSS at the plate. He crushes that deep to left center field to the warning track. Chased down by NORTHEY. NORTHEY had a sneaky error yesterday. I think during my pissed off moments, I didn't see it actually happen, but I noticed it in the box score after I started uploading the game. 2 down. 38 pitches for Ron Locke. Here's Jim Fuller. Watch out for this guy, like I said. Yep, it had to happen. I called it before the game ever started. You don't put a backup power hitter in the cleanup spot batting .059 without full well knowing he's going to hit a home run. This game is so predictable. And was he a lefty? No, he was a right-hander. So that's the ball game for us. And now it's out of control. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. He hit his max, and now it's done. I mean, there's nothing we can do to stop it. A good game gone bad, and that's it. Yeah. 38. So he made 30 pitches that inning. Error? No. Yeah, that's the ball game. So Locke will not bat this time up. We need him to go deeper, but there's no point. Fuentes lines out. Rick Auerbach with a base hit into center. We've got 2 hits today. Locke will come out, not an abomination as some of our other starters, but he had it going and then he just threw it away. guess since we mentioned Van Kelly, we'll let him bat. Double plate, I'm assuming. Line drive to left. And SKIDMORE. Second strikeout for Messersmith. All right, well, we got lefties coming up. Bill Edgerton. If you have like a charity walk, this guy is your guy. As I mentioned, 11 walks, no strikeouts. And somebody's got to do this, so it's going to be him, based on innings pitched. 1-2, that's a favorable count. Ground ball to second. Fuentes making the play, 1 out. Bill Voss, base hit. Had to happen. No way around it. It's baseball mogul. I guess we guard the lines in the 5th inning for defense against doubles. It didn't matter. Does not matter. Pull the infield in, but this is a 3-run home run. And there was never anything we could do about it. Oh, he walks him. There's 12 walks, no strikeouts. Bases are loaded, infield pulled in. 1-2. That'll get a run in. And BEVACQUA. A comebacker to Edgerton. Only 1 run. Top of the 6th. That pitch wasn't even close, and Rollins was swinging. 1 out for Parker. Ground ball to short. I knew this was going to be a complete game shutout, and I knew that guy was going to hit a home run. It's kind of amazing how predictable this is. Hey, Roe SKIDMORE with a hit. That's shocking. Here's Jose CRUZ. I think he just walked for the 2nd time today. 1st and 2nd, we've got a guy on second base. That feels good. Now, SANGUILLEN did not come through last time when CRUZ stole. We had a chance to drive in a run. 0-1. And he will not again. Bottom of the 6th. Thanks for nothing, Edgerton. Righty, lefty, righty, but that second righty is a pitcher. So we'll bring in Manny. He's been pretty solid for us, despite a 1-to-1 ratio for walks to strikeouts. Marty, PEREZ, good hitter. 3-1, and he walks. So there goes the. At least he was 50-50. Now he's not 50-50. Now he's just a piece of shit like everybody else on our team. That'll get a run in. So there goes that good ERA. Here's that pitcher I bitched about. Popping it up. We got 2 lefties. Does that matter in any way? No, not really. 4-0. And we'll make it 5-0 right here. Will this be 6-0? Yeah, up 5-0. Voss steals second base. Is that his first? It is, of course. And he wouldn't steal unless he was about to score. That's a strikeout. Okay, well, 5-0. Tito Fuentes lining out to center. Rick AUERBACH grounding out to short. And Manny will come out. A Don Bosch bat. And out number 3. Bottom of the 7th. I guess it's going to be Ray Ray. We're using all of our pitchers in a guaranteed loss. Jim Fuller, full count. Gives that one a ride. 381 feet to center field. Randy Brown. He's going to get his 8th extra base hit. Oh, no. Cut it off. Kurt BEVACQUA, 2-2. Popping it up. Marty PEREZ with 2 down, runner on first. Top of the 8th. Scott Northey. We'll take a look at the in-game stats. Not a lot to look at here. Full count to Northey. And Messersmith walks his 3rd batter. Okay, well, hit and run with Rollins. Now 2 for 21. Can't get anything going. Will this be our 1 run that we score? Let's see if the game will give us that much. It's our RBI guy. No, in fact, he might get doubled off. No, gets back. 2 outs for Skidmore. Full count. He left it up, and he swings at it anyway. Bottom of the 8th inning. Ray Ray coming out. It's going to be Riddleberger. Let's do our deep dive on Riddleberger. This will only take a moment. He doesn't have much of a career. He's been great for us, though. Let's look up at Denny Riddleberger. How do you like your burgers? Riddled with mad cow disease. Denny Riddleberger. There he is in a Washington Senators hat. From Virginia. Dennis Michael Riddleberger. Got into 103 games in his career with 1 save. That's something. Over 3 years. In fact, 1972 was his last year. 1-3 with a 2.50 ERA. That's probably why he's got that Cleveland baseball card from 1972. That means that would have been from the 72 season. Yeah, okay. I guess that makes sense. Well, he had a great year for Washington in 71. I guess we scroll on down and we'll take a look at his transactions. Signed by the Pirates as an amateur free agent. Good job by them. And then Pittsburgh traded him with some cash money to the Senators for George Brunette. Traded by the... after the Senators became the Rangers, with Gary Jones, Terry Lee, and Del Unser to the Indians for Roy Foster, Rich Hand, Mike Paul, and Ken Suarez. Soiree. All right. Well, there you go, Denny Riddleberger. I mean, he's a good pitcher in our sim. He gets the job done. No, I mean, he's an arbitration eligible at the end of the year. So we'll have to make a decision on him. But why wouldn't we bring him back? Okay, here's Ethan Blackaby. He's 1 for 2 with a walk today. Ground ball to second. 1 out. Andy Messersmith, only guy in the lineup without a hit. Ground ball to Rollins for out number 2. And Mickey Rivers had to get a base hit. Cannot have a 1-2-3 inning in baseball mogul, folks. Denny Riddleberger is injured and must leave the game. So this is the first time that we have seen this. I've only heard that you can have in-game injuries. If this doesn't completely shut the game down, I will be surprised. Oh, it's going to work. Okay, for 2 weeks, sons of bitches, our best pitcher is injured. All right, Earl. My name is Earl. Can you get, just freaking get 1 out and get us through this? 1-2. Yeah, maybe. If Auerbach can close the glove. Yeah. Okay. I like that. That is a big, big plus in my mind in Baseball Mogul. I'll give this a D- instead of an F-. All right, down to the final 3 outs. Jose Cruz has a hit and a stolen base today. Walked twice. And he's safe on an error. Oh, are they going to give us a run? That's a gentleman's 5-1 final score. They're being gentlemen about it. You know, like I used to play tennis, and if you're up on somebody like 5-0, in a set, you give the guy a game. You know, just be a gentleman about it. You don't want to hurt his feelings. We'll hit and run. There's a ground ball to third. Cruz is in scoring position for Auerbach. Will it be a shut? 124 pitches. Look at that. Will it be a shutout? No, wild pitch will get him over. That's stupid as shit. So we have the error in the wild pitch. They're doing everything they can, Baseball Mogul is, to give us this run. Or are they just teasing us? Are they tickling our undercarriage? Yes, they are. We are shut out by the Angels and the ace, Andy Messersmith. Oh, I get that tingly feeling in my nether region. 5-0 Angels. Take a look at the standings. We haven't had any trade offers pop up since we started the year. That's odd. I think it's because everybody is losing money. 3-9. The Royals get a win. They break their big losing streak. We're up to 8. That's bad. We're batting average down to 227 as a team. Not the worst. The Rangers have the worst, and they're in first place because they have a 278 team ERA. All right. Denny Riddleberger, we hardly knew ye. Now, what do we do here? I mean, we have nobody. We have nobody to call up. Let's just look at our pitchers, I guess, before we carry on. All right, well, 13 games to go now. I guess we call up Mike Cosgrove. I know you think maybe we should call up Lance Rotson. But Mike Cosgrove is older, and although he is also horrible, at least he had a card. He was in the majors, actually. I'm just trying to use a little bit of logic in this situation. Instead of calling up Lance Rotson, who wasn't even in the majors until 1978. Yes, we did call him up last year. But he's 19 years old, and he needs more seasoning. So Mike Cosgrove will get the call up, and we'll just leave him in the setup role, I guess. Oh, no, we moved Sid Mungie up there. He had a bad game today. But Mungie will be our setup dude. We automatically assume that Cosgrove is better than Edgerton, or my name is Earl. Riddleberger will go to the IL. And there you go. Wow. That's just sad altogether. Jim Hughes will get to start tomorrow. That'll be interesting. We'll take a look at the National League. The Mets get to 10 games before anybody else in the NL. And the Giants are leading the West. Headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Stottlemyre pitches a shutout. ERA at 188. And the Angels, of course, beat us. Andy Messersmith did pretty good. He did walk 3. Okay. Jim Rooker, only going to miss 5 days for the Royals. And Don Sutton, future Hall of Famer, just Bruce Shin, won't even miss a start. And yet they just put him down in AAA. That's dumb. Mike Epstein, 6 days. These are not big injuries. These are nice little breaks. And then Denny Riddleberger with a shoulder separation. Must not be his throwing shoulder. I mean, how would that happen? I don't know. Okay. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel, please. And you know what? We're going to Oaktown, my old stomping grounds. And we'll have hopefully our final 3-game series versus the A's for quite a while because I'm sick of those guys. I mean, we're going to lose 3 more in a row, guaranteed. Yeah, I mean, we had 3 hits. What can you say? I mean, Jose Cruz did get on base 3 times and had a stolen base. Locke was in cruise control, and then it all fell apart. He gave up that home run to Fuller, as I called before the game ever started. And then Edgerton and Mungie couldn't help us out. And we did not walk more than we struck out. That's something. And then the rest of our bullpen did what they had to do. And I'm very happy to see that in-game injury, even though it was to us. At least I know that exists. That's kind of neat. Okay, that's all for today's ball game. We'll be back tomorrow. Play another one versus the Oz. Until then, everyone, have a great day.